The day I went to a motel with my brother-in-law, and by coincidence, my sister was in the room next door with my husband. But unlike my sister, I wasn't there to do anything wrong. On the day my sister was celebrating her 1-year anniversary, my brother-in-law came to me asking for help to prepare a romantic surprise. He wanted to propose to her. He told me he wanted something more intimate and special, and he was planning to rent a hotel room, decorate it with gifts, balloons, and flowers, and spend the night there with her. He asked if I could help him with the decoration, and I agreed. He said he would try to book the room for the entire day so we would have enough time to set everything up before the evening. I told my husband about the plan, the day, time, and location, and he didn't have any problem with it. In fact, he was fully supportive. However, on the agreed day, the hotel called my brother-in-law to let him know they couldn't hold the reservation for the whole day, not even for an extra fee. It was last minute. We started looking for another hotel, but since it was a holiday, everything was fully booked. There were no rooms available anywhere. That's when I suggested, why not try a motel? A more elegant, well-decorated one. In the end, it's the same thing. He agreed and managed to book a room at a nice, well-kept motel. We agreed to go during the day to decorate it, and he would return with my sister in the evening for the surprise. But in the rush, I forgot to tell my husband that the location had changed. It was no longer a hotel. It was a motel. We arrived and started decorating. He was blowing up balloons on one side, and I was working on the other, until suddenly we heard screams coming from the room next door. A woman's screams, but not just any screams. The voice sounded incredibly similar to my sister's. That moment, I froze, but I tried to ignore it. I thought, impossible, it can't be. But my brother-in-law heard it too. He stopped, looked at me confused, and said, "Wow, that voice sounds a lot like your sister's." Then the woman screamed again, and in that instant, I knew it was my sister. My heart raced, not for myself, but for him. I thought about how devastating it would be for him. He was such a good man. Still, I stayed silent until he looked at me with teary eyes and said, "I'm sure it's her." Seeing his pain shattered my heart, and that's when, even though I wished with all my heart that it was just a misunderstanding, I decided to knock on the door of the room next door. Deep down, I still hoped I was wrong.